Hi, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. Hey, I got a letter a couple weeks ago from a viewer named Brian. Now, Brian loves the song Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie, and so do I. And he, more importantly, loves an arrangement, a recording done by Eric Reed. Now, it's a great arrangement, and Brian has wanted to make a lead sheet from that recording for a long time. He said he doesn't know how to start, doesn't know how to make the lead sheet. So I figured that's a great opportunity to show everybody how I go about making a lead sheet, so that's what we're going to do today. Being a jazz musician, I've dealt with a lot of lead sheets over the years. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Some of them come from my friends who have written them out for gigs or recordings. Some of them are, from the real book or various fake books. Now we've got iRealB Pro, right, on our phones. Everybody's got it. Lead sheets have mistakes in them a lot, like a lot. So a long time ago I decided I wasn't going to trust them, and anytime that I wanted to learn how to play a tune, I was going to make my own lead sheet. And to me, the very most important thing is to make sure that I get it right. So, say I want to learn My Funny Valentine because I love Sarah Vaughan's recording of it. Now, Sarah Vaughan made great recordings of My Funny Valentine, some of the most beautiful I know, but I would never learn them from Sarah Vaughan, ever. What I would do is I would get on my phone or my computer and I would Google My Funny Valentine and I would find the very first recording of it. Then I would go listen to it and see how it sounded, and chances are, with these standards like that, it probably came from a musical with Fred Astaire or something. I actually don't know for My Funny Valentine, I should look that up. But it's a great way to do it. You go back, you watch the musical with Fred Astaire, and you learn how it went originally in the musical. Then the next thing to do is to look up the first person that recorded it. And a lot of times it's going to be, it'll be like Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra is a great person to learn how the tune goes from. I mentioned in my last video Doris Day. She's another great one as well. Just somebody who sings it nice and straight, and you're going to get solid chords from the orchestra and a solid melody from the singer. That's the first step. So, when I'm thinking about taking this blank page right here and turning it into a lead sheet for Pure Imagination, I want to go not to the Eric Reed, I want to go to the Gene Wilder. Now, to avoid copyright infringement and my video being taken off of this platform, I went on YouTube in search of a video that had sped up just a tiny bit. So this particular video happens to be in the key of D instead of in the key of D flat, which is the original. All right, so as long as you know that, here we go. We're going to transcribe in D today. Look at Charlie with his mouth open. Charlie Bucket.
Hold your breath. Make a wish. Count to 3.
Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Hey.
All right. Let's take that much. Come, there's his first note, and I find it on the piano. The first step in writing out your lead sheet, whether you do it by hand or with Finale or Sibelius or whatever, is to make sure you've got 4 bars per system. This is how I do it. I just go like that. Ooh, you know what? This song has a pickup, doesn't it? Come with me, like that. So probably need to add just a little bit of room for those 2 notes right there. It's so professional. But yeah, I just go through, I just mark it up like this. Doesn't have to be crazy good. All right, I've got my 4 bars per line now. I didn't write a double bar at the end because I'm not sure how many bars it is yet, so I just kind of leave it open-ended. You can see I rarely write a treble clef here or a time signature. If it's just for me, I kind of forego those things. Also, another thing I usually forego is the key signature. In jazz, we're changing keys so often that a long time ago I just decided I would never write a key signature and I would write accidentals everywhere they needed to be written. That's up to you. It depends on your audience, what you're using it for, everything like that. So for my purposes right now, the first thing I'm going to do is take that B note that it starts on, da, da. And I can hear that it's 1, 2, 3, da, 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 right? So they're eighth notes, like that. What's that last? Right there, it's an A, right? So we have da, 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 da. We're gonna have quarter note, eighth, eighth, quarter note, eighth, eighth. And we're just gonna proceed to write the melody right here. That's how I do it. I usually write my note heads in, and then I go back and write the rhythm. So we have da 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 da, and you can check your notes as you go along. There's our first accidental. Let's see. Da 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 da. So we've got a dotted quarter. No, that's a dotted eighth, isn't it? Yeah. Here's how we figure it out. Da 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 da, right? Da 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 da, and you think da 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 da. Oh, those are sixteenths. So that's how I knew. Instead of a dotted quarter, which was my first little response, I thought, oh no, we're going much too slow for that. So do like that and like that. We've got our first beat taken care of, right? Da 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 da. Da, 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 right? All of them going down, lines going across, 16th notes. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Those are eighth notes, right? Now, here's a tricky part. Usually, if your notes on this B here, you know, the middle line, your stem can go up or your stem can go down. You get to choose. But here I've got a grouping of four notes that need to be beamed together. And I just have to choose. Do I want all of the beams to go down, or stems to go down, or all of them to go up? And I'm just gonna choose up because I think it'll be nicer. It's nicer to read if you can, especially in jazz, if you can do like that. Everybody see that all right? Okay. Here we go. Let's listen a little more.
And you'll see into your imagination.
Yeah. All right, so we have da da b da 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 da. Here we go. Da 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 da. But we have the same rhythm over here. Quarter note, eighth, eighth, quarter note, eighth, eighth. And then here we have da 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 da. Same notes, octave down, and we've got 16ths to write. You always want to write a little bit smaller if you know you've got more to fit in. Da 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 da. 16ths. Boom, boom. I would say this at least gets held one extra beat. You don't have to be exact about that. Da 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 da. Right? Comes in right there. And it kind of repeats. So we'll write it again. Now when you're watching the movie, there are going to be all of these places that are a little bit longer, like right here. You shouldn't care about this when you're writing your lead sheet. It's all, just for the movie. So we can kind of imagine that those long spaces are not there. Okay, I've got a little bit more done. I'm going to play it for you. Okay, so we've got... Right, here we go. See, I will defy explanation. Right? If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view you want to do it, want to change the world, there's nothing to it. Now, here's one of those places in the movie where I think he kicks a ball and the kids are going to start running and it starts going bing bong bong, bing boom boom. You know that part? I think he takes a bow. There's several bars of, orchestra. Now, you don't need all of those bars, but I think in this case you need a few of them. So we're here, right? Anything you want to do it, want to change the world, there's nothing to it. 1, 2, 3. You could go da da right there, or you could take one more bar. I think it sounds nice to take one more bar, so that's what we're gonna do. I'll have it come to here, the pickup will be there. All right, I actually finished it. It turns out it's a very short form. All right, so here's where we had, I'll tie that E. There's nothing to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3. There is no life I know to compare with pure imagination. Living there you'll be free if you truly wish to be. Difficult melody to sing for sure. Gene Wilder had a hard time of it. That's a big octave jump. And then look at that, an octave plus a half step. Woo! That's hard to hear. He pretty much nailed it though, except for one time when he totally didn't. And it's one of my favorite little bloopers that they left in the movie. Not really a blooper, but let's look at it anyway. It's fun. Oh my gosh, look at Mike TV's mom. She is really going to town on that mushroom cream polka dot. All right, so there's this space, right? And Gene Wilder has to come back in. But he doesn't know his starting note. Listen to him.
If you want a view paradise, simply look around and view.
That's my favorite. Kind of overshot it. Okay, so it's a much shorter song than I thought it was going to be. What do we have? 16, 18, just 18 bars. So, I can draw. All right, the next part is that we have to write the chords down. A lead sheet is melody and chords, and that's it. So, we really had to use our ears for that, right? And I went and I checked the notes on the piano, made sure they were right. I know this isn't exactly for beginners and that these rhythms might have been hard for someone to write who's just beginning. You can always try to check with somebody that you know. You can always send me a picture of what you're working on, and I'll help you out if you want, or ask your music teacher, how am I doing with these rhythms? Okay, but here we go. We need to write some chords in. So we're going to use our ears. All right, we have that. So I'm just going to take a guess. And it was right. My guess is that the first part of this song is a 2-5-1 in the key of D. So I could kind of hear it in my head, Right? So that's what it is, and here's how we go about doing it. E minor, A7, D. Now, it's a D major chord, but there's a cool thing that happens in it. And if you listen closely, da 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 da. You know what? I think that A7 is more of a sus. Right? Shall we go back and listen? Let's do that. We're gonna try to hear whether or not this chord
Hold your breath.
changes
Make a wish.
when we get to here. If it kind of stays the same, listen.
And you'll be.
I did hear it. Da, da. Did you hear that? So we did the right thing. So it's E minor, A7. All right, you could hear that. Da, 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 da. Now let's listen to this chord.
World of pure imagination.
It's just a D major. That's all. Yeah. You can hear it's just going to happen again, but let's make sure that this chord is an A7 and not a A sus chord.
Take a look and you'll see
No, I heard it again. Ah. So we're still good. You want to write your A7 above the beat 3, right? Right above this F sharp. Da 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 da. Let's listen.
Your imagination.
Ah, there I heard what I was thinking about. La da dee 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 da, like that. But I heard this compound chord, and it's a common one. Let's listen to it one more time. It sounds like it's just a tiny bit lower than D major, and I'll show you the trick.
Into your imagination.
Did you hear it? Da 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 da. So there's our D chord. What if you just lower it, everything a half step? Like that. Do you hear how that works? Ready? All I did was I kept the D in the bass, but over the top of it, I played a D flat chord. It's like that. So this is just a bass note, and this is the chord on top, and it's going to resolve once we get to beat 3 and just become D major. That happens in a lot of tunes. It happens in The Sound of Music. Let's pretend we're doing that in the key of D. Da, let's see. Da, 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 da. Same thing. D flat, F, A flat over D. Yeah. Okay, let's go on for the next part. It's the same. So I've already written this E minor, A7, but just to be clear, let's listen again and make sure that we can hear that D note go down to a C sharp from here to here. Make sure that that's really an A7.
We'll begin with a spin.
Oh,
Traveling.
it did not in that case. It stayed. It's the same chord. E minor just stays, but it has an A in the bass. So an easy thing to do is to just write a sus like that. Okay, next.
In the world of my creation.
Ah, did you hear those inner voices moving? Da, 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 like that. That's so nice. You can choose to write that in if you'd like to. I think I'll skip it for now to save time. Next.
We'll see, we'll define explanation.
Okay, we've got a new chord right there. I'm going to write the A sus again here. Da, da. All right, we've got a C sharp. I have to think, we've totally changed tonalities. I can hear that it's totally different. So I'm just going to make a guess at a chord that has a C sharp in it. Let's try F sharp major. Oh, nailed it, Aimee. Yeah, that's what it is. And another guess that I might have taken would have, been in C sharp major. And all you have to do is just try it. You just back up your video, try it along with it, and see if it works. Okay, let's look at the next bar. We have this. I can these notes are C sharp, A, and F sharp. Those are all in D major, right? So I'm just going to guess that this is another 2-5 to D major. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that sounds great. And then in this bar, you can just kind of hear that it does the same thing. Very easy. But here's something tricky's coming up, isn't it? Da da dee dee da. So let's take a guess again. Some chord that has a C sharp in it. Maybe it's F sharp. Let's try. No, that doesn't sound right to me. What was the other one we were going to try? C sharp? Okay, so let's go back and refresh our ears. Let's try a C sharp chord. Ah, that sounds right. Yeah. Can you hear that? How it's going to go to an F sharp? So we got some flavor of C sharp chord right here, and some flavor da da dee 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 da of an F sharp chord here. Now I just played it. It was minor, so we've got this has got to be a 7th chord leading us to our new temporary tonic in F sharp minor, and. If you want to get a little tricky with it, you can make it some kind of an altered chord. You can add a flat 9 because it's in the melody. This is the flat 9, so sometimes it's nice to just write that. Okay, so we're da da da. That sounds like the bass note to me. I think it is. So it's a B. And it sounds like a B7. Maybe we should actually listen to it.
Simply look around and you
There we are.
anything you want to.
Oh, I missed something. That was a 2-5-1. I actually should have written G sharp half diminished to C sharp. It should have sounded like this. Like that, but it's okay. It's all right. We just know that I'm wrong, but I really knew what was right after the fact. Whatever. Okay, here we go. Here's the part we're listening for. We're listening to this B chord, right?
Want to change the world.
Oh, did you hear those notes? What were they? Da, 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 da. That's kind of nice. Want to change the world. So it goes from a sus chord, that's an E, a D sharp, to a D. Let's listen one more time and make sure I'm right about that. I have been wrong before.
Want to change the world.
Like that. And I also heard the bass go from there to there. No. Let's listen one more time. Let's listen to the bass.
Want to change the world.
Da, da. Yeah, it went. So I did it right here. Da, 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 da. So there we're going to an E. And I'm just going to kind of call this a, I don't know. We don't have to be as exact. Da, 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 da. Let's call this a B sus. But as a piano player in your head, you can remember that inner voice goes, which is nice. And then the flavor of this E chord.
There's nothing to it.
There's nothing. So we just kind of have to guess. And we're going to hold it, remember? So we might as well make it interesting. Let's see what it is. I actually took a second and I just went and listened to Eric Reed, since Brian, that was the guy you wanted to, study on this anyway. And what he does is he actually does play the B sus. He goes to an E7, and then right here he goes to an A7 that lasts for these bars. So like that. And then we're back just like the beginning. Let me write it in real quick. Let's listen to the end of it because it gets a little tricky.
There you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Da 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 da. You hear that? There you'll be free if you truly. There's the F sharp that I heard. Wish to be. Let's hear it again if the bass does anything different.
If you truly wish to be.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to hear. Maybe like that. Maybe a D to an A7 really quickly. Let's hear how that sounds. Da 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 da. So D major. Da 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 da. Let's do that. Let's see. So da 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 da. We'll go D major, and then we're just gonna go right here. Da da. We'll go A. Da da. And let's make it a +5 or a sharp 5. Da, because we heard that note, right? That's the +5. Da da da. And that's our tune. We did it. So there we go. Perhaps a little bit tedious. I hope you stayed with me, but that's how I go about writing a lead sheet. Map it out, write the title, remember 4 bars per line. I write in the melody, I write in the chords, draw a double bar. That's about it. If you have any questions, please write them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them and discuss further. Thanks so much for watching Aimee Nolte Music. I'll see you next time.